Hey guys, my name is Mick Hayes, and this is the story of my 1973 Fender Rhodes Suitcase 73.
Ever since you've been gone, I've been living in recovery.
In order to tell you the story the right way, I've got to take you back to 1997 when I did something I never thought that I would do. I joined the high school chorus, concert band, and jazz band. And in our jazz band rehearsal room was something I'd never seen before. It was a beautiful Suitcase 73 just like this one. Any chance I got to skip a class or go down there on a study hall period and play it, I did. As a matter of fact, my mother tells a story of one day when they couldn't find me at school, and she flat out told them, check in the music room. And I told myself when the time was right and when I had my own home, I would get one for myself. So now we've got to go up to 2008, maybe 2009, when I was working in a music store. And I was told very, very clearly by the owner not to buy any pianos because they're impossible to get rid of, and it just wasn't something he was interested in for used store stock. But as luck would have it, a lady called in the middle of my shift, and she told me she had a black piano that said Fender on it. And I told her the store doesn't buy pianos, but it was something that I would be interested in, so please bring it down. So I waited, and unfortunately my shift ended around 4 o'clock that day, and it never came in, and I was really bummed. And then when I went to the store the next day, right there in the front, showroom area, it sat there. And I was like, hey, I'm so glad it finally came in, and I'm excited, to be the owner of it. But unfortunately, it was in really bad shape. And the owner decided that he was going to keep it for store stock, and that was the first one to slip through my fingers. Now I've got to take you up to 2017, and this is that story that you hear at swap meets or that you hear from other musicians that sometimes doesn't seem like it's true, but I've got to be honest with you, and this is true for me. Well, my wife was working somewhere where they had a message board, and on the message board there was a story about a sweet old lady that was going to be moving in with one of her kids to help with the grandkids, and she had to get rid of a Hammond organ. And I called right away, and as I was hearing more of her story, she said to come get it. She didn't want any money for it. She just had to hurry up and get rid of this stuff before it got to the point where she had to just put it out at the curb. So I rented a U-Haul and went right over there. And as I walked in her living room, there was a beautiful early 60s Hammond A100 with a matching PR20 tone cabinet, had the bass pedals, and the matching bench to go with it. I was completely floored. And I said, are you sure that I can't offer you any money for this? And she wouldn't take a penny. She told me she wanted anything that I took to go to someone who was going to play it and use it and get as much use out of it as possible. Would probably be the best way to say that. So as we loaded it up and I reminded myself how many times I watched American Pickers. And I said to her, I said, so is there anything else that I can help with? You know, because she still had a lot to get rid of. And she said, there's another piano of some kind in the basement, and then there's something else in the garage. And if I wanted to go through any of her records or anything like that, I was welcome to do so. So at first I followed her back to the garage. And in the garage, she entered in the code, she told me, she said, the hard part about this one in here is when it gets leaves and cobwebs on it, I have to hit it with the hose a couple times a year. And I just cringed. I'm like, watch it be exactly the Rhodes Suitcase that I'm looking for. And here it is, she hits it with the hose twice a year, you know. But as the garage door came up to about my knees, I bent down and took a look, and sure enough, there it was. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is going to happen to me today. So I told her again, I said, you know, the stuff you're giving me is worth a lot of money to some people. Although I'm not looking to flip it and turn around and sell it, I feel better just offering you money again. She wouldn't have it, you know. So I loaded up the Rhodes, and I said to her, I said, so I'm afraid to ask what's in the basement. She said, come on, let's go look. And into her basement I followed her, and over there in the corner of one of the rooms in the basement was a Hohner pianette, which is, again, another just classic instrument, you know. And here I am, a guitar player, leaving with 3 like classic keyboard instruments. It just seemed really odd to me. That's the story of my Rhodes, my Hammond organ, and of course my Hohner pianette. My wife and I went over there the next day with some flowers, some candy, and fresh homemade cookies, and kind of said our thanks because not only did she bless us with this beautiful instrument, but we knew that she really wanted me to make music with it, and that's my intention. And since the lockdown here, I've been spending a lot of time behind the Rhodes. And it's really frustrating, actually, because it's not even working to 100%. The whole right channel is not working. And the tremolo is only working on one speaker. And it is what it is. When I get a chance to get it repaired and restored, I really hope to. It still has the original action and does not have the Miracle mod or any other mods. And it's something I really enjoy. I kind of feel like that teenager again when I sit at it. And it's been bringing inspiration and songs out of me all week long. So I wanted to tell that story. I really hope you guys enjoy it. I don't want to ramble on too much. I just wanted to tell you that. So if you guys want to get a copy of my new album, I truly would appreciate it. It'll hit the streets on May 29th. It was recorded at legendary Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. You can head over to movetheneedlemusic.com, get yourself a t-shirt, grab yourself the CD, or grab yourself a hat, grab yourself the vinyl record. Or if you're more comfortable shopping at Amazon, it's available there too. If you're a streaming person, it's available everywhere, and I made sure of that. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for spending your time with me today during the quarantine. I truly appreciate it. And I hope that you're happy, healthy, safe, and well.